What? And hello guys, welcome back to the channel. And today, Wednesday, February 10th, I am on a roll. It's the third video I record today because, my friends, One Piece chapter 816 just released about 2 hours ago, 1 hour ago, and my god, I couldn't hold my excitement. I came back home straight away, and here I am about to record the review. And my god, what a chapter it was. What a marvelous chapter it was. And without further ado, let's just start with it. You'll be seeing this video on Thursday because 3 videos a day, it's kinda overpowered, so just hold on. Chapter 816 of its name, Dog vs. Cat. The title, however, is very deceiving. It's not that very deceiving, but on the cover we have another volume of the 500 million berry man. This time Water 7. We see everybody, all friends, all of Frankie's friends. My god, I'm so excited I can't even speak. Seeing his poster, his wanted poster, and seeing the robot, and just everyone is amazed by it. But no one wants to know about the cover. Not today, not with this chapter. So if the chapter can just load and leave the fan arts aside, they are gorgeous, but here we go. Well, first of all, the chapter begins with the mistake made with the adult trio realizing the mistake they made. They fell asleep last chapter while they were supposed to be guarding the samurai's arrival, but no, they just fell asleep, and now they realize by the new drawing on the ground that the samurais have actually reached Zou, and they just flash towards them to try to stop them, and they start hearing a bell sound, but it's different. It's said to be different than the ones that sang when they were welcoming Beppo and when they were warning about Jack and his pirates. It is said to be, it's not necessarily in the chapter, but I've heard from some translators that it is a different sound. And they just say, what if they see the samurais, they'll go nuts. So they thought. And we now see the reaction of the people of Zou hearing the bells of Bariete. And he's saying, samurais have arrived. They're samurais in Zou. And I was like, oh my god, it's now. There's going to be civil war in Zou. It will be Zou versus the Straw Hats. My god, Inoharashi sets off with his people. It says, I know, samurais are here, I know, let's go. Everyone that can move, follow me, we'll go. And then we have the samurais. Oh, that's quite a nice bell they're ringing here. Oh, perhaps the purpose of the bell is to welcome visitors. My god, they are welcoming us. Oh, nice. And this is the part that confused me. Because Kinemo asks if Flo didn't say that the Ming tribe was a human-hating tribe. But considering the end of the chapter, how could they not know? You know what I mean. And then Momonosuke appears before his father and his friend Kanjuro. After a while, without being seen, people were wondering what was Momonosuke's motive for being locked up in his room. Turns out he was just feeling uneasy. If that means he was tired or sick or whatever. He just had a feeling and he stayed locked in his room for no apparent reason. And then we cut to the whale forest. We see Luffy and the Straw Hats rushing as well to get to the samurais before the mink do. And Luffy's just, why are we running this early in the morning? And they are just all worried, all fuzzed. Even Luffy hasn't grasped the entire situation yet. He just says, oh, okay, we're just gonna have another banquet, consecutive banquets for all. Just good. And then we see Nekomamushi and his guardians just jumping and leaping around Zou to rush to the capital to meet the samurais. And there they arrive. Apparently Nekomamushi is the first one of the two parties to arrive at the Claw City. And Pedro already jumps at top of the building to assess the situation nearby. And he says, to a bit of our surprise before we continue the chapter, they should retreat as soon as possible. And why is that, you ask? Well, because Inuarashi is just around the corner. That's why. And as the two leaders are about to face each other, the Straw Hats caught up to the samurai and just stopped them in place, pinning them down, saying, guys, just don't say a word, just go back to the ship, go back to Sunny, we'll handle things here. And yeah, don't cause any trouble, but trouble might still arise because Nekomamushi and Inuarashi are face to face and just arguing and commentating on how one lost his leg, and then Inuarashi remembers when Jack was torturing them. Jack said, either you stay where Jack is or where Raizo is, or I'll cut off your leg. And then Inuarashi said, well, that's it for my leg, it seems. And then Inuarashi commentates on the fact that Nekomamushi doesn't have his arm anymore, and that the only thing he can do now, he can't fight anymore, so the only thing he can do is think of ways to stuff his fat gob with lasagna. It's an old couple fight, it seems. And then it's time for Nekomamushi to reminisce and to remember about when Jack was torturing them. It's cool to have the two sides of the story, not the two sides of story, but to have the memories of them, seeing what really happened, how it really went down. And it seems that Nekomamushi fought to the very end. He even tried to break the chains that were holding him, and he would have succeeded, I have no doubt about that. And the members of Kaido's crew just speared him, and I assuming that's how he lost his arm. To the underlings, not to Jack himself. I don't know, it's not shown they didn't show Jack actually cutting off his arm. They just showed the spears and then a scream. But it just keeps on happening. And Nekomamushi and Inuarashi actually clash blades or weapons with each other. A massive shockwave from the clash just sends the nearby Minks flying. And then we see a square of Kinemon asking like, dog and cat? Like, this is where things start to get weird. I mean, okay, it can be considered an obvious statement. I mean, it's a dog versus a cat. GG. Not really much to go on there. And then he does the unthinkable, something that they did not want him to do. He just like comes out and say, stop! Just he screams to them, just stop. And Usopp tries to grab him, but it's too late. The Minks have seen the samurai. And Usopp just says, Kinemon, run for it, these guys will tear you apart. But Kinemon doesn't care. And Kanjuro joins the party as well, Momonosuke as well. And Inuarashi and Nekomamushi stop their fight and they look towards the samurais, and my god, when I saw this I was like, it's GG. It's GG. Forget fighting against Jack. Straw Hats and samurais versus the whole Mink race. And then when I thought that Kinemon couldn't add more wood to the fire, he just goes and say, You from the country of Zou. I'm from the Gogetsu family of the Wano Kingdom. my name is Kinemo. He just presents himself, and I'm looking for a guy named Raizo. And I was like, oh god, you've done it now. You've done it, GG. It's all sealed, your fate is sealed. But then, Inuarashi and Nekomamushi just sit in front of him. Chopper and Usopp are going absolutely bananas. They are almost like crying for them. And then the unthinkable happens. Inuarashi and Nekomamushi start crying and saying, we've been waiting for you. Inuarashi remembers when he said, he swore to the heavens that Raizo wasn't there. And they both bow down and say, Raizo don't know, is safe. And everyone loses it. Usopp's eyes almost pop out. Nami is in shock. Even Zoro. I mean, how many times have we seen Zoro in shock? How many times? They know Raizo. He's there. They protect him from Jack. I am shaking. And Kinemon just, oh, he's safe. Good, I'm glad. And Usopp is... So, you knew he was here. They knew he was there. They know him. And yet, they sacrificed themselves. They took the beating of a lifetime. They fought for 5 days and 5 nights consecutive. Inuarashi lost his leg. Nekomamushi lost his arm. They were on the verge of death. Their country was about to be destroyed. And they just say, even if it means our kingdom's demise, we'd never rat out one of our friends for the enemy. Oh my god. I mean, I thought I couldn't love the Minks any more than this. They are the perfect representation of Luffy and his ideals. They are... Oh my god. I lost it. I was screaming inside because I couldn't on the outside. I was with my family. I just couldn't hold it. I cried tears of joy inside of me. The Minks, the bloody Minks, they are friends of the Kogetsu clan of Wano Kingdom. And yet, 1,000 theories were made about Raizo, about the relation of samurais and Minks, that they were probably hating each other, but they are friends. For how many years? It is, Nekomamushi even says, longer than I care to say. And with a smile on his face, he says that. And Luffy's just like, with a smile as well. Oh my god. This review is probably gonna be just me screaming around. You guys probably want to enjoy that a lot. But my god, I was shaking. When I read this chapter, I was... So yeah, sorry about that. The camera just stopped recording. It didn't have enough battery. So, sorry about that. I'll mix in the video so it'll look a bit strange, but sorry. I'm recording this on the same day, actually, but a little bit later. I had the camera charging, and so we're good to go now. Just to end the review, as you see, I'm a bit more calm now. The excitement has faded away a little bit. I was way too excited in the review. And so, yeah, the chapter was awesome. We finally got to see what would be the reaction to the Ming tribe when faced with the samurais, and it was joy. It was a pleasant reaction. Next week there won't be a chapter, So I don't know if I'll do anything One Piece related. Maybe a theory video or something like that about Inuarashi and Nekomamushi and how they came to know the Kogetsu clan. I don't. I'll not say anything right now because I don't want this video to get any longer than it already is. I just came to say goodbye to you. Hope you have enjoyed it. As always, give me your opinions after such a great chapter. Give me your opinions in the comment section below. And that's it. I'll see you next week. Bye.